Hello children, I am Noshina Nikar. I am here to teach you Daffodils by William Wordsworth. Daffodils by Wordsworth is a poem that celebrates the beauty of nature along with the bliss of solitude. It was first published in Poems in 2 volumes. In 1807, the ordinary experience of encountering a crowd of daffodils has been elevated by Wordsworth in this lyrical poem. The imagery of fluttering and dancing daffodils make the poet feel one with nature, where he finds himself wandering like a cloud and enjoying the beauty of valleys and hills. The poet William Wordsworth was an early leader of Romanticism. Romanticism was a literary movement that celebrated nature and focused on human emotions. In English poetry and ranks as one of the greatest lyric poets in the history of English literature. He was born on April 7, 1770 at Kokomo. He was second of the 5 children of his parents, the others being Richard, Dorothy, John and Christopher. By the time he was 13, his parents were dead. He went to Hawkshead Grammar School, where he developed his love for nature. His first volume of poems was published in 1793. In 1802, he married Mary Hutchinson. He was in 1843 that he became Britain Poet Laureate. He passed away on April 23, 1850. Before we begin this poem, we need to know a bit about the background of the poem. Wordsworth studied in Cambridge, visited Europe several times and travelled parts of England. He wrote poems not only out of his experience but sometimes borrowing memories from his sister's Dorothy diary. Dorothy in a diary described what she and Wordsworth saw while walking near a lake at Grasmere in England on April 15, 1802. When we were in the woods beyond Gowbarrow Park, we saw a few daffodils close to the waterside. We fancied that the lake had floated the seeds ashore and that the little colony had so sprung up. But as we went along there were more and yet more. We saw that there was a long belt of them along the shore, about the breadth of a country road. The poem thus recaptures this moment from the poet's memory. Let us start with the first stanza. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Here the poet is mentioning that he is wandering in the vales and the hills, and he is wandering like a lonely cloud. Here it is written, I wandered as a cloud. As a cloud, it suggests that this is a simile. He is comparing himself with a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. He is saying that he is a cloud and he is flying high over vales and hills. Vales means valley. So here indirectly it is a metaphor. It is a metaphor in which he is saying that he is floating over the vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, then suddenly he comes across a crowd of daffodils. So here when he says I saw a crowd means normally it is humans who crowd. So this is the personification used here when he says when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. So what does he see? He sees a crowd of a host of golden daffodils. So here it is an example, bright example of a personification. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. What do these daffodil do? They are where they are found. They are found beside the lake, beneath the trees. So they can be seen beside the lake and beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Fluttering means moving with quick light movement. Fluttering means moving with quick light movement. And dancing in the breeze. They are dancing in the breeze. Continuous as the stars that shine. These daffodils are continuous as the stars that shine. That means it is being compared with the stars that shine. And twinkle on the Milky Way. Just like the stars are twinkling on the Milky Way, these vast stretch of daffodils are twinkling like stars along the margin of a bay. So he writes, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretch in never-ending line. These daffodils are stretched like the stars, infinite stars in the sky. These daffodils are stretched in never-ending lines along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance. 10,000. So it's like 10,000. The word 10,000 itself is a hyperbolic word. What is hyperbolic? It's a poetic device where the idea is exaggerated. In literal sense, the poet doesn't mean that it is 10,000, but it it's a crowd, it's vast spread, and so he's just mentioning it in a word, so he's using a hyperbolic term. 10,000 saw at eye at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. So these daffodils are tossing their heads. Tossing means moving one's head suddenly upward. So they are tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Sprightly dance means a very lively dance, full of life and energy. The third stanza goes like this. The waves beside them dance, but they outdid the sparkling waves indeed. So the waves beside the daffodils, they are also dancing, and but they are outdoing means surpassing the sparkling waves in glee. So they are so beautiful that even the waves are less than their beauty. They are in front of, when compared with the waves, even they are outdoing the beauty of the waves. In glee means a strong feeling of happiness, joy, intense feeling of joy. A poet could not but be gay. So in such a situation, such a scenery, beautiful scenery, the poet has no other option than to be happy. He just can't feel anything else other than the joy in his heart. In such a jocund company, so he will feel very happy in such a jocund. Jocund means cheerful company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought. So the poet was just admiring, gazing, as if he is mesmerized with the beauty of the host of daffodil. We see gaze. Gaze means to look steadily at somebody, something for a long time. So he was gazing the beauty and admiring the beauty of the nature here, the beauty of the daffodils here. What wealth the show to me had brought. So he was just admiring, and he was in awe that what kind of wealth he is actually admiring. And the last stanza goes like this. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon the inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. The poet wants to share his solitary moments, where he says, for often when on my couch I lie, that very often, off means often, very often when he is lying simply vacant in his couch. In vacant or in pensive mood means in quietly sad or thoughtful mood. Pensive means quietly sad or thoughtful mood. They flash upon the inward eye. Then suddenly these images, there is a visual imagery form in his mind's eyes, inward eye. He happens to visualize those happy, vibrant yellow daffodils. In the he can see, he can perceive those in beautiful daffodil upon that inward eyes, which is the bliss of solitude. And just visualizing in his imagination gives him a complete happiness. Bliss means a complete happiness. So, which is the bliss of solitude means in his solitude, in his loneliness, it appears to be a sense of complete happiness and joy of his heart. And then my heart with pleasure feels. And when he is imagining those beautiful, vibrant sight of daffodil, his heart is filled with pleasure and dances with the daffodil. And just visualizing the daffodils, his heart starts dancing.